Africa is expected to be the first megapolis in the world, a large urban sequence that spans 5 countries and is expected to house 500 million people by the year 2100. With a skyline full of skyscrapers and a highway spanning 5 countries, Africa will soon become home to the world's first official megapolis. This proposed novel human settlement is a group of metropolitan areas or mega-region perceived as a continuous urban area through common systems of transport, economy, resources, ecology, and so on. It is also a term used to refer to a very large city, a thickly populated region centering in a metropolis or embracing several metropolises. It's a region of super cities connected by urban sprawl. With a horizon full of skyscrapers and a motorway set to span the length of 5 countries, Africa is fast becoming home to the world's first megapolis. Africa is also in the midst of a demographic revolution as its population continues to surge. More and more high-rise towers, offices, shopping complexes and hotels are popping up along the 5 countries' coastlines, making the boundaries increasingly blurred. From Abidjan in Ivory Coast to Lagos in Nigeria, the megapolis stretches through the countries of Ghana, Togo, and Benin Republic. And to be sincere, the world is now watching on as the first ever megapolis evolves in Africa, and as its infrastructure keeps expanding, so will its population. The evolving megapolis will see minor cities transformed into major ones as citizens migrate to the coastal region. Experts also say that it could be at the forefront of an economic boom for the African continent. Abidjan, the capital of Ivory Coast, with 8.3 million people, will be almost as large as New York City is today, and the story of the region's small cities is equally dramatic. They are either becoming major urban centers in their own right, or as with places like Oyo in Nigeria, Takoradi in Ghana, and Bingaville in Ivory Coast, they are gradually being absorbed by bigger cities. Meanwhile, newborn cities are popping into existence in settings that were all but barren a generation ago. Megapolis is a conglomeration of cities larger than a metropolis, which unite several metropolises as a huge urban continuum where the boundaries of the cities are blurred. In Hebrew language, it is called Rav Krach, and as of today, there are only few megapolis in the world, but many of their inhabitants do not have any idea of their existence or their names. The largest megapolis in the world is one known as the Blue Banana, and it extends over all the Central and Western Europe and is home to approximately 110 million inhabitants. Another megapolis in Southern Europe is known as the Golden Banana, and it extends to the shores of the Mediterranean Sea in Spain, France, and Italy and has about 30 million inhabitants. The megapolis of northern United States stretches between Boston and Washington, D.C. About 50 million inhabitants live in this territory, and it includes the big cities of Boston, Hartford, New York, and cities of New Jersey, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, all in the United States of America. The megapolis at the center of the United States is called the megapolis of the Great Seas. It is the largest in the United States, both in terms of area and in terms of number of inhabitants. It is home to about 55 million inhabitants. In the southeast of Brazil is a megapolis of about 50 million people. It includes Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo, and Belo Horizonte. There is also the Takeda megapolis on the island of Honshu in Japan, which extends from the Tokyo to Yokohama cities, to the Osaka and Kobe cities, and the Southeast China megapolis, which includes the city of Hong Kong, Macau, Shenzhen, and Guangzhou. Interestingly, the African continent has joined the list, only that it is a planned project in advance. The giant city in the world that will be built there will stretch for almost 1,000 kilometers along the west coast of Africa. It starts from the coastal strips that start in the west with Abidjan, the economic capital of Ivory Coast, passing through the countries of Ghana, Togo, Benin, before finally reaching Lagos, the commercial capital city of Nigeria, and is expected to inhabit 500 million people within decades. A glimpse of the world's first megapolis, high-rise buildings, and new tourist facilities will be built when the cities emerge. Africa is in the midst of a demographic revolution as its population continues to rise. More and more high-rise towers, offices, shopping complexes, and hotels are springing up along the coastlines of the 5 countries, making the borders between the countries increasingly blurred. In fact, the world is now watching as Africa's first megapolis develops, and its infrastructure continues to expand, so will its population. Africa is home to 17% of the world's citizens, that is about 1.4 billion people. However, by the year 2100, the United Nations predicts that its population will increase almost fourfold and reach about 4 billion, which is 40% of the world's population. Experts believe that about 500 million people will live within the megapolis, which stretches from Abidjan in Ivory Coast to Lagos in Nigeria, through the countries of Ghana, Togo, Ivory Coast, and Benin Republic. In fact, by 2035, the population of the region is expected to reach about 51 million people. Due to this futuristic development, the heads of African Development Bank have already raised and earmarked a huge sum of 12.6 billion euros for the creation of a new highway along the Gulf of Guinea from Abidjan to Lagos. It is designed as a 6-lane road and is currently under construction. The emerging megapolis will turn small cities into big ones as intrigued citizens are expected to migrate to the coastal areas. According to experts, this could be the front of the continent's economic boom. However, one city along the proposed route that is about to undergo a facelift is the capital of Ghana, Accra. The country's authorities unveiled a glittering project worth nearly $1 billion designed to boost its tourism. New facilities such as hotels, offices, and shopping centers will be built along the stretches of the beach. The authorities are also planning to construct a coastal highway that will connect all regions within the coastal areas. However, behind the glitz and glamour, a lot of experts fear that the general population could get left behind as projects will pander to the wants of the wealthy. Communications may stall between countries, meaning new rail lines and roads needed may not make it off blueprint. We can only but hope that this gigantic vision would actually come to fruition as Africa takes a step forward. Kindly do well to drop your honest comments in the comment section and tell us what you think about this project. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and invite your friends to the channel so our videos can go viral. Thank you.